Crysania away. It's an STD test. That is funny. So that's the result of Lord Soth's die. Lord Soth doesn't exactly do it for himself or to do it to help somebody. So it helps somebody to fell back. To help. He's doing it for the group. Lord Soth. So he'll listen to women. He was like a cursed guy in a castle. I can't remember his tragic story, but in his afterlife, whatever, he's cursed listening to the music and everything. Think about how horrible just something bad happened. That is so good. This baguette is seriously good. Now that tastes like some seriously good quality. Even though it tastes very fresh, even though it definitely tastes really fresh. It's not Baywatch life. Ain't always a beach. It's on beach. It's on beach. It's on beach. Are you the one that did that? Where are you going to? Okay, so check this out. I'm gonna read this. Okay, so we got 13 viewers. Okay, so of course not. Of course, Reverend Son, as much as possible with him. He has not left the temple for months, apparently. Then, yes, yesterday, he was seen in the slave market. What are we talking about? Oh, we're talking about Fisidonolus. So Fisidonolus is my dad. So he's the one who has sent my brother to the computer. And Palmby is at the computer playing the same game. My dad? What the hell? Why? Oh, because Trump's interest? Because of Trump's interest? Because it's so famous on the paper and everything? That's fine. That's very true. Well, that's powerful. He's in the military, and they're always trying to get the politics and stuff like that. He was on the right side. My mom was on the left side. So it's like countries pretty much mom or dad. It's really nice her mom is. Dad's side is all yelling. God damn it. Where's the captain? Where's the captain? I don't know. But this is the look of a Mickey who's going in someone's house and is not waiting. He's gonna get some action because he's not doing that. Actually, you don't actually know, do you? Because you don't see his fingers. Because he does with his fingers, he does this thing where he spins them. Because he's like trying not to think about. Because of the eggs or whatever going off. He's trying not to think about it because he's aware of the eggs. He's ready for them. You can see them with the buttons on him. Mickey Mouse. That's funny. Hi, Minnie. Because she's a Minnie Mouse. He's ready for eggs and he's all waiting for it. Wow, for the subconscious mind, that was actually really good. Food. 3 viewers. Okay, so my dad's a boxer. He's Fisidonolus. He was in there was a skull Well, Sophistidalis lived in Skullcap, outside of the Towers of High Sorcery. Towers of High Sorcery? What the hell? My dad did drugs? I found out he did in a David Bowie song. I was a little wonder he was talking about in that album. New little wonder, you. I wanted to see if she really loved me. And found out she didn't. Oh well, we're still getting married. That's not real. She wanted to, she just wasn't allowed to. With like totally jealous stuff. It's so stupid. I'm like, look, you prove that. Okay, move, pick another one. She doesn't want you. Like I didn't tell them that I dreamt about her being married already. But I didn't. So what if it was with somebody else? You guys had the following time. I'm sorry. Her one true king. From my fault. That one true king hired her. Sorry. That's funny. Anyways, okay. The slave market. So this is about Cat Palmby. So if you watch Adam Mark Gaming on YouTube, you'll see the last video I made of Palmby and trying to get my brother to not masturbate while he watches her. Because there's a sword that's broken into thirds on the gladiator floor. She uses a green skin. Remember that one stream where she says, I'm looking for a guy 6 foot 5 inches, green skin. They like each other. He's like 4 years older than me. But they're not gonna go that way, don't worry. He's attractive. I got a baby face. Okay, so the slave market. So my dad is Fistodonalis. He also has he is linked to Raistlin through the Bloodstone. And that's true, because what I did there, I lowered his blood pressure by 40 points, hopefully. If he picks up the echo, I went there and showed him how to do it. I left a bunch of pills. I left a pill in every room that would lower his blood pressure right away, immediately, just in case he felt like something was going to happen. But he's Han Solo, and he's living in Brainerd. So there's a brain, ER, and a letter D. So Han Solo. I was trying to get him to choose the green forks instead of the red forks. He's being a stubborn asshole though. He didn't even care to choose the blue ones. I was trying to get him at least the blue. So, you know, my sister's Princess Leia. The other one just doesn't exist. She's just gone. She's Fish. We always called her Fish. Fish. That's gonna help. She's never gonna be bad again, hopefully. Hopefully she wasn't bad. I don't even know yet. It's so cruel. When I was at the jail, I told my mom and dad that I was gonna get the police help scaring her straight. And so they put some stuff in the paper for me. It's so funny. Okay, so right now, the last thing that's happened, so this is like going on right now. It's so weird. So maybe we're gonna perform. Maybe we're not gonna actually go to the tower. I mean, we're not gonna go. I'm not gonna face the Queen of Darkness until next year. And I'm gonna stay on that Suboxone while I'm dating this girl. This is so cool. Cosplay, holy shit right now. It's so fucking romantic. So check this out. The slave market. So forget about the Dune stuff. We'll focus on that when we have our son. Holy shit right now. It's too much. I know, what about everybody else? But they're supposed to... I think the only way to get it off me is to be hired by me. You know what I mean? Because they're trying to speed it up so that other people can do the same thing and learn. And I need Delamar. I need everybody to be Delamar. I need to be a teacher. I need to teach them how to do it. Banana cream. It's so good. Oh my god, it's so good. Okay, so this, you usually can't find it where they'd sell this. It was almost out. It looked like people pushed them back behind the other ones so they wouldn't be sold out. They are so tasty. There is no other soda that has that banana bite. So, traveling in another country, if I was in another country right now, I would be going through the same experience of, Anyways, Face of Donald, I'm linked to him. He is also the Flaming Fist in Forgotten Realms. I am the law. Because of the way that he drives. The Flaming Fist. Because he's a boxer. It's just like, they can't help it. These nerds and stuff around the table watch all the same stuff. You want to make something with a fist. And he's so, and goes my dad. Because of all the, what? Who knows? Hopefully it's stuff that's not going to turn Lato into Lato. They got all sorts of stuff to do to make sure our son doesn't do anything crazy like drugs. It's a pretty cool movie though. He doesn't think he's as beautiful as me, so he might do something stupid, and then not be confident in himself. I didn't want to forget it by using more drugs than I did. This is what I got so far from him. I'm picking him up though. He's probably watched this stuff when he's an adult. Measure my thoughts. What if that girl like hyperventilates or something? Don't worry. I'm respectful. I knew you were going to go through the same thing I went through. I don't want people to know my thoughts. It absolutely was the most rapey, worst feeling in the world. I drove a state away just to get away from people, just to be able to think. I don't have good people in my head. Feeling my thoughts is horrible. It's a thing that happens when you're around people measuring their thoughts. The appendix is real. And it's picking up what other people send. People should know about it for reasons. All reasons. Food is good. Don't do stuff to test her, please. Anymore. That was too much. I never asked anybody to do that for me. I would never do that. I would never do anything that's a joke either. You would never wonder if he's doing a prank. She's not. No. don't do anything like that. I know how to make her feel comfortable, safe, and go to sleep. Shh, shh, shh. The most safe environment. I don't know how to make it for her. Does she have a really long, big Soundgarden shirt? I'm gonna have to get her one. So, when she was thinking about Chris Cornell, it was me. And when I was thinking about Deanna Troy, it was her. Right. Crazy. Hopefully she found me on MySpace. Hopefully nobody watched her pleasure herself. And then became insanely jealous. And then tried to separate us later on. Because I was too old and on drugs. That is messed up and evil. That's facing the future. That's what our kids will face if they don't make sure people aren't doing that. Where's the link for what? Oh, that. The link is shoot. It's YouTube at Adamark Gaming. It's so fucking funny. So it's Susie and the Palmsby. Or Palmbees. How to do it? I forget. It's very funny how all these artists responded to us living once. Gifting her. Must have been something very sweet that she did. It was one of those past lives that she did. Very, very, very sweet. Maybe there's some tragic event that happened. Her body failed her or something. And she was like the sweetest person. I'm doing it for that reason. I give her the best experience. She's my help. Okay. Company. So the slave market. So the last thing that happened, the Fist of Dauntless sold. So Tasselhoff Burfoot was in the jail. So was my brother. My brother in jail. What did he do? Maybe he's doing meth. That'd be awful. 4 viewers, huh? Is that for a box? Anyways. Margaret Weis needs to watch this. So interesting. So does the Saddest Kitty. That was a Tasselhoff Burfoot, the real one. She's actually Lorana too, if she becomes Wanderlust. Tasselhoff Burfoot represents the nuisance side of her, but everybody loves her though. She's a very positive person. She's very just innocent, childlike. She was the youngest of many, many kids. That's where the handling thing comes from. And she was on heroin. She thought nobody noticed. It's like teaching her a lesson, so that when she reads it, she's like, "Oh, none of them believe me, and they all know." Duh. Yeah, you just left it out. This is like the most ridiculous things. She's all saying like the most ridiculous things. It's so funny. Gender is somebody on H. I wound up the clocks in my favor everywhere by giving them a tremendous gift. He didn't. Okay, so anyways, he bought 2 slaves, Reverend Son. Bought them. Trump paid the money to maybe because my dad believed. Quarith said nothing. Who is Quarith? I'm not getting anything. Quar said nothing. Interrogating the cleric with a look. He did not purchase the slaves himself, my lord. The purchase was made through one of his agents. What if that was Quarth? I don't know. Which slaves? Quarth. Let's see. It's the letter Q, U, Arath, Wrath, and Rat H. It's like Will. The Prince Will. The ones, or somebody else spying for him. The ones that were accused of assaulting the female cleric, Reverend Son. I gave orders that those two were to be sold either to the dwarf or the mines. Barak, so they're paranoid that this Adonalus is going to do something to arrange them to be killed so that they don't try to convince Raistlin to be good. Because he's wearing the black robes. He should be wearing the white robes. And Crysania, so Karaman, I have to remember it like that. Karaman, I used to always think it was Carmen. Karaman, and Raistlin, I used to thought was Raistlin. I used to make fun of my neighbors for saying dragon. It's dragon, what the hell? So it seems like it's like trying to teach me a lesson, not to be a bully. My dad was really mean, so we kind of were at first. But I got it out at a really, really young age. So the bully part of me was done in 3rd grade or something like that. I was the king of the school at that point. Anybody that challenged me, I would beat them down. And they would beat me, actually, sometimes more than I beat them. But I still was like, I don't know, did it. It was stupid. I was a boy. Still am, but I don't do that. My dad would have never wanted us to do that. My brother was stupid. Those kids were dumb. They were AM kids versus PM kids. And the AM kids, they came around the corner, and put me on the spot because I didn't know. Check this out. What's going on? Oh, it's just sprinkle. The AM kids, I didn't know. Freeze-dried candy. For the AM kids, I didn't know that the AM kids versus the PM kids at my school out in Highland Elementary. So I was a Highlander. I'm the Highlander. I wear a kilt and everything, but I'm American. I can just do that. I don't have to be Scottish. It's not like a family lineage thing. I just like utility kilts. They're sexy. The women like them. The way that they check me out is so wonderful. It makes me feel so beautiful. When I have those gladiator shoes with gladiator shoes that are thigh-high gladiator shoes that are laced up my leg with the kilt is seriously hot. Pink, stay away from. Stay away from putting the puzzle pieces together. The one eye. Okay, so anyways, and so he did not purchase the slaves himself, my lord. So he's a lord? Cool. Prince in another country. The purchase was made through one of his agents. Which slaves? Quarth knew the answer. The ones that were accused of assaulting the female cleric, Reverend Son. So, I was going to tell the story of the AM kids versus the PM kids. One time, there was a bunch of AM kids, and I went around the corner. I was going to class, and the bell rang, and I was going to class, and I went, oh no. I was like, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? And they're like, we got a PM kid with us. And I was like at 3rd grade. I was so scared. And so on my first day, my brother told me to go beat up a 6th grader. He just said, just go up to him and just do what Dad taught you. I was like, okay. I just jumped on him. His name was Mark Scow. Mark Scow. Ow. Marks. Ow. Are you kidding me? That's so sad. That's the first thing that happened. Oh my god! Everybody else is named in like some thank you way, but not him. Mark Scow. That's not funny. I owe him an apology. Maybe he's going to enter my pre-death funeral at fire. Maybe not. I don't forgive you, Adam Mead. He actually got revenge on me. The next day, his friend, I think Josh, in 5th grade, he wasn't in 6th grade, came up to me and kicked me in the balls, and then he just ran off. And so I just chased him down and jumped on him and was hitting him. And some Principal Bailey came in, broke it up. Bailey. So if that was so we would have went to jail if we were older. Holy crap. We would have had to get bailed out and everything? That's crazy. So anyways, the AM kids were there, and I went around the corner, and they were like, we got a 5th grader with us, and they pushed the kid to the front, and he was a 5th grader. And so I just went up to him. I just started to hit him, and I just kept hitting him in the face. It's so sad. There were times I really, really lost. Jesse, what was his last name? I can't remember. But Jesse, which that name means measuring what entered the body. He won. My dad gave me that name. There's a smile on his face while he's sleeping. My son, yeah. But anyways, so, hello. I don't smoke. Oh, that's all good. So, so then Principal Bailey came. I mean, that's not true. I went to class. I didn't tell. I went to class. After that, I went to class. I won. After that, so there was tons of kids. They ganged up. They didn't surround me. I could have went the other way. I could have ran. They came out of nowhere, and there was tons of them. I was like, oh crap, I actually have to run, or else I have to face them. And they were like, oh yeah, PM. Hey, PM kid, what are you doing there, PM kid? There's like some kids that are wearing like glam rock t-shirts that liked me, but they weren't among them at the time. They were like Poison and stuff like that. T-shirts, Poison. They're like straight men wearing makeup like me. Isn't that right? And then there was so I went to class, even though I won. I went to class, Miss Tiffany's, and when she stabbed me with a pencil, that song, I think we're alone now. Children behave. That's all I said when we're together. That came on the radio when she stabbed me with a pencil with lead. And there was lead inside my hand. I told people everywhere on the phone, so they put that song on the radio probably. Children behave. That's all the same when we're together. It's so funny. Running as fast as we can. So I had the biggest crush on her when I was a kid. I'd be jumping on my bed. Isn't that country cool? Uh-oh. It's supposed to be that fun, right? Anyways, that AM kid, I didn't really win. I didn't really hit him that many times. But anyways, but he didn't really hit me back. Oh my god, that wasn't even a fight. That was horrible. He's probably like, I just wanted to tell you that I liked your fur. Just kidding. No, I didn't have any fur back then. I was loose of fur. Just kidding. Lose some fur. Get it? Took it from somebody else. No, I never did take it from lunch money or anything like that. I wasn't a bully, but I just did it because I was ordered to. I was just stupid. And so, anyways, I went to, my dad obeyed. He rebelled against my dad, who was very mean and abusive, wouldn't give him the milk, didn't want him to be a bully, and he'd steal his cigarettes and his alcohol. It was the opposite of John Bender. So, my dad would pride himself with bending. He had this goal to bend his bar thing 666 times. So when he was watching that movie, Breakfast Club, it was a totally different thing. He knew Ali Sheedy. Did she like him? Because it looked like in that his Johnny music video, she had a thing for him. They were in the same movie together. He was beautiful though. My God. Anyways, that's why it's so much. When we were, what was it? Who was that person? Oh yeah, so I got to my class, I sit down, and I just start crying. I just started crying. Just totally cried away. Just cried away. Cried. And then, oh yeah, it was Miss Tiffany's. Oh my God. Friendly Fire's in her name? Crossing, if any, friendly fire? Crossing, if friendly fire, any. That's so weird. So I came in there. Oh, I guess it's her name and everything. Just built it up. Past life memory. My dad's veteran partner actually did it. Actually fired. Friendly fire. He wasn't obeying orders or anything crazy or sick. The obeying orders thing was just a rebel from the dad because his dad was bad. He spent 14 years in prison. Or maybe they just said that because it was, I don't know, one for what? But anyways, when I found out when I sat down, even though I won, I sat down and just totally cried. I sat down and cried. Because, oh, I'd found that. I didn't need that. Oh, jeez, I opened it too. I could have returned that. I should have returned it. Right? So, I found this thing. It was pretty cool. And, it was called a tear, but the friendly fire thing happened. The Pete's Dragon movie was real. I hated it. I hated that movie. It's a razzle-dazzle day. Razzle-dazzle day. Get it? Dazzle is a Susie song. Dazzle. Oh, Susie. Okay, so anyways, while measuring the thoughts, you always find that there's something the opposite of the leg and are trying to kill us, and it's coming from the sea. That's why the blue whale cult or whatever killed people in Russia. It's so clever as that. The 16 scented celebration thing. They needed a vegan person that was very happy. That's sad. But they were whaling. Maybe that's what it was. No, we're a lot luckier here. We don't. Our country isn't whaling, and it could be affecting us in a weird way. We'll make us lucky in that way. I don't know. It's sad, but it's scary to think about. All of Russia could have been just the Lord trying to get them to get us to go there. Could have stopped the whaling somehow. The whole thing, just for that. That is scary to think about. I'm gonna save this bread for getting hot, boiling water from the gas station. And I'll make oatmeal and then put it in it. That would be good. So anyways, I'm gonna read this book. Sorry. Anyways, I was a bully, and then I bullied the bullies. And then the bully thing got out of me. So in junior high, I was bullied the bullies. I've told that story so many damn times. I don't want to do it again. It's a good thing I recorded it. So I cried so bad, though. Right when I sat down, it just came out, and I cried. So Tiffany, I was a little bit late. I won, but I cried. And then she's like, "What's wrong? Go to the principal's office." Because she knew I got in a fight or something. She didn't know why. I was just crying. And then so I went at the principal's office. Mr. Bailey found out I got in a fight. And so he called the other kid, because that kid was older. When the 5th grader was called up, and he was older, so he got in trouble for it, because he should have just been friendly with me. That makes sense. That's smart. Because I was only in 2nd grade. Or no, I was in 3rd grade at this time. Miss Tiffany. 2nd grade was Miss Kidd. Oh no! It was Miss Kidd, wasn't it? Holy crap. No, it was Miss Tiffany. I don't know. They actually kind of had the same room, didn't they? It was the same building. Kit Kat. I eat it a certain way. Like a rat. A desert mouse. For my son. Not a rat. So, okay. Let's read this. This is where it's at, right here. Palm Beach, the real Crysania. The trip. My dad's a real aficionado. So he lives in Skullcap, which is over what? Skullcap? Oh, it's Kurt's Brain. I get it. It's because it was so Duff is his nephew. Duff beer for me, Duff beer for you. I'll have a Duff, you have one too. So our last name is Mead. So Mead with the E is like asking why. So yeah, my family's huge. We're famous in a weird way. Duff beer for me. I want to get off. I want to get off. Hopefully she doesn't feel like that. She's gonna control the whole thing. She's gonna be the woman of authority. I'm gonna be nobody but questionnaire. I'll just ask her questions. She's younger than me. It'll be her way. There's no need to be like, If I'm and this is the best reason to be like that, because if I am actually doing that, it's an emergency. She'll know there's something wrong. There's an emergency. Like, we actually have to do it for our safety. So that's why. That's the only time I'm ever gonna do it. So wow, I didn't want a phone. I was with Kathleen. That's why I wanted to stay with her. Probably once we got our phone, people were probably masturbating and wanted to take her away. That's horrible to think about. Hopefully it's not true. She might have left some apps open or something while having sex. Oh my god, I feel so... Never mind. Forget about that. I made an extension of Halloween to deal with it. Day of Darkness will be respected, hopefully. Hopefully nobody ever watches those videos. But it seemed like a lot of people did because of what happened in the video. There's a part where she shows her face and she didn't do her makeup, and it says, you can hear yuck, because there's like zits covering the right side of her face, just on the right side. The other side looked great. She was so beautiful. I mean, a lot of people would say that she was prettier than like everybody. I just think she was the prettiest girl in Portland. I mean, I totally would still if I was with her. If I actually married that girl, I'd say she's prettier than Palm Beach. She's the most beautiful woman in the world. But you know, her body was perfect. My God. I mean, her tits were a bit saggy, but they were so wonderful. Because you could just like push them up, you know. But they were huge, humongous. She actually in one stream, she took off her shirt and walked around. I'm so lucky I didn't get kicked. We're only getting stream sniped, so I used it after we broke up. I found it after what was that one video? I found it. It was wonderful. Anyways, it's over. Cat, half sword, because she must have filled it. It was a full sword because she was involved. So when I was making the song Pen is Sword, I guess it's good. I was regretting it, and I was thinking, oh man, I should have made it half sword. But Pen is Sword makes more sense because I was responding to everybody, so I might have been responding to somebody who went and served or the military or something, who knows? Or somebody being forced to who didn't want to, and he was serving for somebody else's pen. That's really scary to think about, and I hope I didn't endanger myself from doing anything. And hopefully no man put something in something and then say that, and suddenly Putin, his name is Putin, put in, like he already got blamed for putting something in something when he didn't even do it. But that was just, okay, when I thought that somebody could have put something, I was on the Instagram throwing up what I ate. The reason I was doing that was because of Yoshimi battles pink robots, and I was battling pink robots, and I knew that Palmby was one of them because of that button she has on her hip. I had dreams of it. I mean, it's connected. I'm not going to tell her about it until we're in person, but I have to save stuff for that. But it's in one of the Raistlin pictures, the one that shows it pine trees, because it's everlasting, because it's there forever, because it's for husband. It's all husband-wife stuff, like how we're going to do things, and it's coming to me. I figure it out in my childhood when I just use my memory, and it's like, holy shit, because of being loyal, solid marriage and having kids and everything actually echoes. If you're smart enough, you can figure it out. It's a very beautiful experience, but you can't be doing drugs, though. That would ruin it. And it definitely wasn't high. Sugar, though, vegan was what it was, because I'm on bread right now. That's seriously real. I could have had meat. I have slightly more sugar right now. I'm kind of buzzed. That's why Einstein, Hitler, they were vegetarians. They were smarter. That's real. They seriously are smart. Okay, so my dad is Fisodonalist, skull cap. He had a Misfits tattoo thing in that movie Fear that he was in, where with Ali Sheedy. It's the Showtime version, not the other one. There's two different Fears, so it gives that chance for somebody. It goes, your dad's not in Fear. That's bullshit. But Ali Sheedy's not even in that movie. And then you can find it out, and then you go, see, now never do that to me again, you asshole. So Kurt Cobain, he's on the Tower Pi Sorcery in Palanthas, the gates of on the fence. So that's Kurt Cobain who impaled himself on the fence in Palanthas. Pretty crazy, huh? Pretty crazy. But so anyways, because that's a show I Can Grove. How sad. Stay away. I don't care. He's breaking his instruments and stuff. Didn't want his dad to know what he did for dope ones. The Basketball Diaries thing. And then they went, sugar. And they found me with a Dare song and found out to see if I was gay. When they did the Basketball Diaries, when they, what was that? Leonardo DiCaprio played the Basketball Diaries because I made it, put the notes in the box office every time the girls were screaming, and we're watching it every day because they would get to see me on the way out, so they would scream. They would scream at me. It was funny. I felt like a superstar. They would do that sometimes. I'd just walking. I'd be like walking. They do that, and I like that's how I was like as a male wearing makeup, and like when I'd go on a bus or something, like absolutely everywhere. Especially when I made my own clothes and I did the Velvet Revolver pants. That's like what Palm Bee is sitting in front of in that main picture that I have in that music video. That's Maybe She'll Realize. There's a yellow skin tight pants that are laced up. Those are my signature pants. They were really, because when I got into goth, there wasn't internet people. It was really difficult to get your own stuff. And okay, so what was I gonna say? So the Fisodonalist, what was that? It's not Kilby Court. It is, it was Francis Court. That's where my dad lived and my brother. And I got caught doing heroin there, and it was when I cleaned up and everything, but I relapsed and I started smoking it again, and then I found a connection. It wasn't Mario. There was no that's so sad, but I was in Portland, and so I started smoking it again. So my money just started going to them again, and so the Angels of Light, the lady who gave me one of their contact numbers, they were guilt tripping me, trying to get me to stop, and so she died. The person that was on the cover of the Angels of Light, it's a goth band. Michael Gira, he wrote a book, has followed me. He's a beautiful soul. He's famous. Kurt Cobain was a huge fan of him, too. And maybe Palm Bee liked him as well. That would have been me. In the way that things I did, it was her. Because of the echo. So that's how to find your person. She would be there. Just work really hard, take care of yourself really good, and she'll be there. You can start and you don't need to have the most beautiful one. Certainly don't. I saw her as an old woman, and she looked hot. She wasn't fat. She looked hot. So if she has a stage where she is, I'll stick with it, and I'll just encourage her. She can have her mom shape. I'll be fine with that. I'll encourage her, and she'll use it when she's ready. She looked great though when she was old. So skull cap was the skull was on the right hand, and so that's like Kurt Cobain on the mind. So that's a flaming fist. I am the law. Remember Baldur's Gate? I am the law. I gave orders that those two were to be sold, either to the dwarf or the mines. So Carmen. I want to just call him Carmen because in San Diego I lived in Mount Carmel. I want to call it Carmel, not caramel. It's not caramel, it's caramel. It's caramel. I want some caramel I want a caramel apple. It's caramel. It's caramel. It's caramel. You just can't handle the truth. Oh no. Oh no, you did it, kid. You did it. I did it. Just like those sharing gravity who ate a rat, okay? Okay, so who's that guy dancing? Napoleon Dynamite. Okay, so Barrack did his best, and indeed the dwarf bid for him, my lord. But the dark one, so that Barrack has filled my mind for as a bartender, like Dean Hunter or something like that. Barrack did his best, indeed. The dwarf bid for them, my lord. But the dark one's agents outbid him. There was nothing Barrack could do. Think of the scandal. Besides, his agent sent them to the school anyway. Yes, Corinth muttered. So, it was all falling into place. Fistodonalis had even the temerity to purchase the young man, the assassin. Then he had vanished, gone to report, undoubtedly. But why should the mages bother with assassins? Fistodonalis himself could have murdered the king priest on countless occasions. Well, with concerning Yoshimi, my friend, was married to the most beautiful woman in Portland. She was absolutely beautiful. Elizabeth was her name, and she's not Queen Elizabeth, but you can find her as that on Facebook if she's nice enough to. If Facebook is nice enough to allow it. I'm gonna use this to a lot of people are probably gonna watch this. I'm gonna put it on. Adam Square is good. In the future, if you're nice to me, mean to me, whatever, you can see if it's affecting the past. Just kidding. I like white. I really like white. White is such a beautiful makeup color. And I really think that men should wear makeup. Straight men. I think that straight men should wear makeup. And I think that I am doing them a big favor. And that women just needed it. Because, that would suck if my wife had to be gay to wear makeup. She doesn't have to be gay. Just let her wear makeup. I love the truth. Hopefully Palm B will always give me the truth. And if she does, then that's it. There's the key. I can handle it.
I'm honest. And the worst foot first is good, is the best. Because then everything can only get better. So, if you're on the spirit stay on this spirit. This is what I do. Like, okay, so when I was in jail once, these Mexicans were making fun of me. And so they were calling me a faggot, or telling me I had long hair and stuff like this. They were taunting me. And then I went over to them, and I was making fun of myself, and I started to say, not only did I do this, but I did this. And when you're not running away, the wolf won't chase. Does that make sense? Of course it does. Anyways, can you imagine Dread OG, my buddy, with makeup on? Wisconsin, get them bitches wet. They're not gonna be playing with. They'll be playing with corn until they catch up with them. Can you imagine that though? Not having makeup and women. What about Irish women? It's a huge difference. Wisconsin, though? Think about what the women would do to the other woman to get her to stop. That's what the women would think about it when the men do that. Just so you know. They keep it to themselves. But they can think about whoever they want when they're using the hands. Handsome is a word. And they are like men once a month. At least. I messed up as a child. I was a hostage of kindness. You know, kids, most normal people that are straight actually did mess up, and that's called the Trinity knot. It's very normal. The Gaelic way of handling it was just getting married and then kissing the baby below the feet. Because if you do it on something, it will kill the family in a different time period, or it will kill you in a different time period, because it feels really good. It feels so good that it spends energy, and so if you need to go eat food, they'll be busy dying. So if you think about being born to suck, be careful of that. But there are women that want to be friendly. They just want to be friendly. And you know, there was, with all of those instances, there was probably garbage east of them when they did it, or there was mice nearby or something like that in their head, because they'll be like that. So if you're sharing space, and like there are rats that I had as pets, and I made my mom lick my sister. Actually, that's not really true. There was a line, and she chose to cross it. She licked her on the foot, or something like that, the leg, I don't know. If she went down on me, I don't remember anything like that. And I would have remembered something like that. Are you kidding me? She kept asking me as an adult if anybody ever did that, which freaked me out and made me wonder, because she wouldn't stop. I guess I had babysitters and stuff. But I do remember getting a diaper rash. That I remember. Oh! That's what I did. I never cried as a baby, except when Bambushka came. Remember that there's a song about me dying that a Tear Garden made, kind of, they call me Romeo, but it's not me. It's actually about somebody else and something totally different, but he timed it to get Paul and B to worry about me and then speed things up. He's a really good soul. I introduced Sally to him. She's Sally because she was my friend and she helped me. She's Sally on Nightmare on Christmas now. Everything syncs to me for some reason because of, well, you'll find out if you go to Tweeting 20s. For pre-death funerals, I designed something that people you be using everywhere. So that's wonderful. Okay, so okay, so yes, Quarth muttered. So it was all falling into place. Fisidonolus had even had the temerity to purchase the young man, the assassin. Then he had vanished, gone to report, undoubtedly. But why should the mages bother with assassins? Fisidonolus himself could have murdered the king priest on countless occasions. My dad? Trump? Right side? Why would they do that? Quarth had an unpleasant impression that he had inadvertently walked from a clear, well-lighted path into a dark and treacherous forest. He sat in troubled silence for so long that the young alkalite cleared his throat as a subtle reminder of his presence 3 times before the cleric noticed him. So, on the way to the homeless shelter, the motorcycles drove like chips to kind of warn me. They were tripping too. I did things like filed police reports and stuff while I was there. I took advantage of that. What the heck's going on over here? So, oh, he pulled over somebody. Uh-oh, somebody's probably nervous. I can see without my glasses. It's like, Luke, use the Force. Just kidding. Quarth had an unpleasant impression that he had inadvertently walked from the clear, well-lighted path and into a dark and treacherous forest. Oh, the Show I Can forest. Reminding me of. He sat in troubled silence for so long that the young alkalite cleared his throat as a subtle reminder of his presence 3 times before the cleric noticed him. You had another task for me, Reverend Son. Who is saying that? Oh, the spy for, Will. That's funny. Quarth nodded slowly. Yes. And this news makes this task even more important. I wish you to undertake it yourself. I must talk to the dwarf. Dwarfs always want to drink. The alkalite bowed and left. There was no need to ask who Quarth meant. There was only one dwarf in Istar. And so that part's done. So what happened, basically, Crysania was like, I believe in Raistlin, and so because he had a talk with her and was saying that if he wanted to challenge the Dark Queen of Kryn, who's the Queen of Darkness. She's the goddess of all evil, and everything evil follows her, and they don't want to be seen. Get it? They're evil, and so
It's so cool. That's so cool. It's so cool. Seriously. So basically what happened was she wanted to help him, and she wanted to open up the port. He needs a cleric to open up the portal. He needs somebody to tell people that he's not crazy, because she told people that he was a stalker. No, just kidding. That's not what happened. What happened was they had to cut me off the goth scene, or else I'd be with the cutest woman and be murdered like my friend Yoshi. So Yoshimi, I'm Yoshimi, who's battling pink robots. The flaming lips could have happened. Could have died from eating poison or something. For somebody getting to a woman. It's evil. Pretty evil stuff. So all this stuff that was real. So in the beginning, so the time of twins, what's happened so far was he had a conversation with Crysania. He was like telling her about the poor people that could have been cared for, that were ignored, they were neglected. And if he took her place as being able to watch everybody from the sky, the Dark Queen of Kryn, she's a constellation in the sky. And when she comes down, she's an avatar. And then the constellation's missing in the sky. So, the Raistlin has a constellation. If he would be a god, his constellation would be an hourglass, I think. Isn't that right? I don't know. Actually, he didn't win though. Did he? Or I can't remember. Let's find out. So, are we gonna play this difficult game and she totally schools me in some stupid PvP competition? That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do this at TwitchCon. Probably not this year, obviously. I'm gonna have to build this up. I need help. But Crysania believes in me. She believes that I'm gonna whoop her. The Queen of Darkness is Takasis, or Taylor, who's Fork Girl cosplay. And she's a Queen of Darkness because I'm not supposed to think about her in a sexy way. I thought that she was my wife, possibly, at first. But, because Winchester. Okay, I had a dream of, that the air kissed me on the chest, and I was supposed to find her and not let other people get in the way before that. And I had to find her, and I had to hurry before other people got in the way. And because of living once, and she kissed me on the chest. The air did, kissed me on the chest, and that was the day that I found out that Fort Girl named her cat Winchester, and and her man was probably Winchester. I got a Winchester. Get off her. She's in Texas. Is she on the right side? Just kidding. But anyways, Velvet Revolver, my dad's nephew, is Duff from Guns N' Roses. And when I was making my own goth pants, that were sexy pants, they were like skin tight, laced up the sides. They looked just like the yellow ones that were found in that picture of Palm Beach sitting down in front of on the Day of Dreams, or the day of was it the Day of Dreams, or was it the Day of, yeah, it was the Day of Dreams, I think. No, it was the Day of Water, which is for pre-death funerals, and there was a rectangle there too. So
Every year I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this every year. We'll get paid for doing it. So she did that on the day of water is for pre-death funerals, and then on the 7th of November is when we're to do it, and so she will on the 7th of November is when she, so that TikTok thing when she's going it's like, I've been working on the railroad because I'm doing tweeting 20s to fix it sounds of nature, and she's like, I've been working on the railroad, and so for a job, that's our biggest money maker. It will be for pre-death funerals, right? And so for advertising, so there's all these cars and stuff, and I have these flyers to put on their car. Tomorrow when the stores open up, I'll be able to do that. I have a bunch of them, and they have for my channel and everything. I'm gonna be doing that every day. Bunch of stuff there. I've got like a shit ton of channels, and I'll be able to, I'm gonna keep working so hard so that I have all of my channels will have several videos queued. I'm gonna work so hard that every channel has videos queued a month ahead of time. I know I'm capable of doing that. And while we're doing that, and that'll be like easy, a hobby. And while we're doing that, we'll be working on other things. That'll be so much fun. So, I want to be a teacher. But anyways, so what's happened so far? Crysania, so she believes in Raistlin, and so she wants to help him by opening up the portal so that he can face the Dark Queen of Kryn. So if he takes her place, then he would be the one who sees what's evil in the darkness that's trying to hide. He would be the one that they all follow, that they all use to hide, that they pray to, and stuff like that. And so he wants to change the world, he tells her. And so, but he's a villain. He's a villain. But if you think about it, you don't know the whole story and why he's doing everything that he's doing. It's very interesting. Very cool. So, in the Forest of Wayreth is where I am right now. Forest of Wayreth, and that's where she was trying to go in the beginning of the time of the twins, when Crysania first appears. So I'm older than her. A lot older. So that's why she didn't appear in the Chronicles. And so she wanted to find it. So she was wanting to go to Wayreth, and she was stubborn, and she was like, I'm going to Wayreth, I'm not going to let anybody stop me. And then that represented, she just wanted to talk to somebody there to find out where he was, that's all. And if it meant talking to people that were on drugs, whatever, it didn't matter. And then so a Silvara, she was going to find a silver dragon if she had to, which would represent what? Somebody that would have what? GHB or something? No, the good dragons have alcohol. The bad dragons have GHB. Get it? Paladine versus Tachhysis. Did Fort Girl even know that that she's neglected this and she has the power of fixing and changing all of that? She could have thought of things that, and then had the government pass it as a grant and granted it and served her as a queen of America. And it's not like she's a queen or anything, but she could have been, and she could be. That's what politics are for. People need to know about it. It's more, if it's for more than just voting for weed. I mean, this is a wonderful country here. People need to know about it. I was so embarrassed. That's why I'm not on the left side anymore. So, just who Iraq, Rockbreaker. Why is somebody parking over there across from me? That's kind of weird. And it's a... There's people outside there? What the hell is over there? Somebody just parked their car over there. What the heck is that? What is all that stuff? There's like a bunch of people over there. Okay. So she goes to, so she doesn't care. She'll find somebody who drinks even to get to me. Somebody who's drinks alcohol, that's not that bad. Just make sure that they're not drinking when they drive. And get to me. Let's go to Death Guild or something, you know what I mean? No, she's going to TwitchCon, and I want to perform there. I got my car back. I just need a little bit of help getting there. So let's do this. And hopefully this what's-his-face, Asmongold's life will change from waking up to what he can do with these QQs. Everybody at QQ, let's make some money. Let's make some money. Everybody who QQs, you know, he could get a lineup of, Palm being a singer. We'll get a bunch of sexy bitches playing Warcraft or whatever. That's fine, simple. I haven't made a Warcraft song yet, so let's have her do it. That'd be cool. I made an Evercrest song. That was funny. That'll be so fun working with her. I'm very excited for it. Anyways, so what else has happened in this story? So she goes to, so the author probably wants to do a pre-death funeral, so that's why she's doing it for me, because she wants to make sure that I do it while she's alive, that I contact her and let her know that all this has happened. So that's why it'll be like so perfect. And it's also to save our country. And she put everything in there to help us do that. It's absolutely beautiful. The Russians have Dragonlance as a play. It's like shaking a spear. It's a miracle too. So it's coming from the subconscious mind. It's coming from whales. There's like a plan, a divine plan. We're supposed to follow it. It's absolutely amazing because these brains coming from the whales are so much larger, and we could follow it. The Legna. The whales will synchronize so that they provide the path for us to follow, and that's where we get our answers when we go to sleep. That's how gravity works. For the very first life to have a direction to go, a creature had to be large enough to sleep, and then while it was asleep, it would time travel. So that's how I met Palmby. She came to me as my mother as a child. It was very disturbing. She was on the ceiling wearing my mama's pajamas, and the Space Dog by Torimus kind of synchronized to wake me up to that. Very tearful, joyful, wow, holy shit experience. And I'm here to share it. You should find yours. Do it. So I wouldn't have glasses if I'm going to work a lot behind the computer. And it's because of Wondershare. It's absolutely wonderful. And my brother is probably going to as well, because he's a musician. He could be doing everything I'm doing. He's jealous of me. What the fuck is he doing? He's wasting his life behind a fucking computer. He's working a job. He could be doing his own job. It's so ridiculous. With my success will come his, and everybody in my family. They'll be so wonderful, and the country will be very grateful. They're so beautiful. They have such beautiful minds and spirit in the work that they do. It'll be so wonderful. The what's his face? Okay, so Palmby is Crysania, and she believes in Raistlin, that he can win her in a PvP competition.
He's not supposed to check out the Queen of Darkness. She's in the dark. Okay, so I think that she's going to be the flower girl for our wedding. And that makes sense if she's into cosplay. Because I kissed her twice on the chest. And I kissed Lana Del Rey twice on the chest. And she ended up getting married to somebody else. And so, because I was trying to figure out who it was. Because Lana Del Rey was coming to me in my dreams too. But we just play music together. I think that we're going to be playing music together. We're going to make an album called The Global Roast Mexico. I'm going to ask for her help in doing that. Just who Arak Rockbreaker was, or where he came from, no one knew. Arak Rockbreaker. Oh, that would be, who did I say that was? Dean Hunter? Wow, that's cool. Or where he came from, no one knew. He never made reference to the past and generally scowled so ferociously. He was so sweet. He was actually a really good person. He was always so nice to me. I always felt like I could trust him. If the subject came up that it was unusually immediately dropped. There were several interesting speculations concerning this. The favorite being that he was an outcast from Thorbarden. So the dwarf, this is talking about a dwarf, he always wants to drink. Because they're short. They want to be tall. When you drink, you get tall. You grow tall. Ancient home of the mountain dwarves. So that'd be cool if we held a party after the cosplay. Went at the Star Theater. That'd be a good idea. That's where Dean Hunter does his stuff. I knew him, and if I should have helped him build up the goth scene. I never told him how famous I was. I never told Owen, too. I feel like they're mad at me because of this. Sorry. I'm Major Tom. It was reserved for an emergency. So, no, that's not really true. Where he had committed some crime resulting in exile. Really? Just what that might have been, no one knew. So I feel bad for him because when I 86 myself out of the hive for the DJ telling my girlfriend while she was pregnant to break up with me when she was doing it, and I had the abortion, I got really drunk. I got too drunk to walk, and then I don't talk trash behind people's back, so I got on the page so I could face Beth directly and do that to her. I know she forgives me, and I know she's just frightened of being judged, and she's, just a human. She made a mistake. She drinks alcohol, and she uses Facebook, so she'll allow her own ways to get ahead of you and herself. If you're not careful, you could be setting for it and getting trashed with her, thinking west of garbage and just letting that shit fly with using your brain tissue. You don't want to do it that way. Don't fly that way. Fly with Superman. Anyways, where he had committed some crime, and don't think that there's a Lex Luthor or any of these people are. Everybody is better than they really are. So I like to say that they're not these people. Like, that's what I was doing at first because I just thought that was better. But damn, it's crazy. Maybe I should do that, word it like that, because they are always better. But it's the way that they, by calling them this, it wakes us up to the stuff that we have to make sure that they aren't these people. Does that make sense? That's what she'll realize. And everything that's written is you have to make sure that you're not these people. It's really fucking cool. So the black robes represent Polly. And Palmby was willing to accept this. But she doesn't know the story and how famous and powerful I really was and the secret treasure behind the ark that was awaiting. the winner, so they were like wanting to share it, and so the women were applauding and stuff like that. I'm a holy person. I was mistaken as Angel Gabriel. Gay. Be real. I proved that earlier in an earlier stream tonight. Yet again, another language was responding to me. The Arabic language responds to me. An ancient monk hymn responded to me and said, "We just didn't know what to call you." But yeah, I was trying to get away from the being naked and famous, but I couldn't. But I like that band, Naked and Famous. Anyways, maybe I should get a blanket out. It's kind of cold. This is so cool. I love this story. Ah! And when daylight comes, I'm gonna go sleep. Yeah, come pick me up. Who's talking right now? Palm Bee. So Crysania is going to the forest away with. And I'm so famous. Sucks. It's gonna get. Is it gonna get? The store's gonna open up though in a couple hours, but it gets cold for just around 5 o'clock, just for about an hour. It gets cold. That's okay, but we're going. This is seriously so cool. Okay, so let's find out about this dwarf. Who the hell is this dwarf? So he's the one who took. He took my brother and Jenny. Tesla Burfoot. She's actually a gay girl in real life who is on heroin, but in the story she's a lovable Kender nuisance. Oh my god, nobody would look like Tesla Burfoot more than her as an actor. You can't think of an actor filling that role, but she would perfectly because of her very unique features. A top knot. She doesn't want. Okay, I've been trying to create Palm Bee being the top. So she was in love with me. So Lorana is in love with Tanis, and so she puts the top knot up there like that. And so it's like, it's so cool. It's so interesting. And so, okay, so let's do this. Never ending story. Holy shit, holy shit, holy shit. Shit. I'm gonna tell everybody. Come on, Crysania, we need a tail. Turn around. It's all a mystery. You just try to reach me. You don't even try to follow a story. It's all real. It just doesn't even care. It's just a fucking story. I just wanna kiss those lips. They're probably wonderful. But how the fuck who I just miss those lords all the pounds. And those guys, what the fuck did they want? $2,000! Oh my god, did that guy get to see it? You know what I mean? You're probably making like grown men with muscles cry, Palm Bee. What the hell is wrong with you? You don't want to get like unsalty, you know what I mean? But we don't want to get too close, but the reason I made my Twitch originally, that's why I wasn't telling people how I was famous or whatever, was to get stream sniped. It was good practice. Anyways, I don't need that blanket. It's actually really warm. But I should have did something about getting more clothing, more. Anyways. Where he had committed some crime resulting in exile. Just what might have been, no one knew. Nor. Okay, so when that happened, people were pissed off. The goth scene lost stock. A lot of people were like devastated, like, holy shit, how the fuck does a goth club kick him out? And they were like, what the hell? He was like, okay, American goth painting became more famous because of my great-grandfather being shot. The Lazarus song, goodbye horses, dying over you. Goodbye horses, I'm dying, dying, dying over you. Ooh. Get it? Who's Johnny? He said. Okay, so the who's Johnny was thing. To explain that pretty easily is, okay, is he the one doing the bombs? No, he's not. So who's Johnny? He said. There's another one. Da 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 da. So they compared them. So he was doing coke, so he primed himself and doing not other things, right? So whatever, who cares? So my grandmother, I had a grandma Babe and a grandma Ruth, and when she'd talk about that, shit, man, Babe, careful, man, you still die out that shit, man. Just bases, you gotta really say that. Okay. My Babe, so my Babe is still alive. The Babe, is he dead? I don't know. Of course he is, probably. He's an old man though. So he was a straight pointer shooter. Hitter, slugger. Right on. Yeah, that's cool. So I put him on my souls. When I found out souls were trapped in pictures, I put him in my where I was working. I put him on the closet, and he was looking over at stuff. He was looking at Gloria Swanson, and then Marilyn Monroe was looking at him, and she ended up marrying a Yankee baseball player. That was the trip when I found that out. It's like, holy crap, she just proved it right there. What the fuck? Did she do that just to let me know it was real? What the fuck? Exciting, right? Is that real? Like, what the fuck? Oh, that's what the Stargate stuff is. They revealed it to the public in 1995. Some guy told my dad some stuff. So my dad was like one of the first people they told when they were told that they were allowed to. Some limo came and took my dad and did that. And they were probably expecting me, I guess, because they were doing what? I don't know. They were paid $500,000 to find bombs and using psychic stuff. So it's based out of Fort Meade. So they probably a lot of stuff found there because of America in the future possibly agreeing to dismantle bomb as just planning on it, but it's never gonna happen if you don't vote and do all this stuff and make agreements. But I mean, dismantling the bomb, I mean, another country wanted to use it as a card to play, like a poker game, and that bomb, it's that threat, you can't even use it anymore, because people, by the appendix at this point, so many people, they'll discover it because it's just too easy to discover with all these noises and sounds and everything. It's just really important for us to know. It's really dumb to think that, I mean, if you don't accept it, for the King of England, for example, not to accept it, he'd be guilty for his entire people, like, being unhealthier on purpose so that they don't get executed or something stupid. That's so fucking stupid. He doesn't want his people to be unhealthier. No, I mean, he's young enough to people that could enter at water, right? I don't live there. I don't know what it's like to work with him or anything, but I mean, I could imagine how scary that would be. I don't want to do it because my large intestine constantly sending him thoughts, that's so fucking scary, dude. And he has the right to do like whatever he wants with me. That's scary, dude. What if he puts me in a dungeon? We ran away from that. I ran away with him up here. I wasn't aware of it. Not until recently when I was with my girlfriend and she told me about the Irish and English thing, how they won the right to expression. And then I was just like, holy shit, what the hell, they didn't have the right to express? I didn't even know that. That's crazy. But then it was like, what the heck? But in my sleep though, they had a different story. And it was just like all this shit. It's like so crazy though. I don't know what to think. I don't want to do anything that's blowing people up though. And so Johnny is over here, Johnny is over here. Adam is over here. Adam was is over there. Get it? So that's very simple. I'm totally normal. I'm not on any side. I'm just an American. Just an American mutt. I'm not interested in anything stupid. I don't want to be in a part of any religion. I want to be untied to all of that stuff so that what I'm working on is accepted by all of it so that they can all enter at fire and be forgiven and wake up to what was sending them thought previously. Anyways, so other rumors insisted he was actually a Dewar. A Dewar. So that means passing along, and then war. A race of evil dwarves nearly exterminated by their cousins, and now driven to living in a wretched, embittered existence in the very bowels of the world. Though Eric didn't particularly look or act like a Delwar, this rumor was popular due to the fact that Eric's favorite and only companion was an ogre. So I don't want to be... Okay, so the reason he lost his alcohol license, and he knows it's my fault, he lost it after I 86'd myself out of that place. So he didn't know that I was Yoshimi, who battles pink robots. Yoshi was my friend. He's dead. Elizabeth told me about his death while I was in line at the Fez. And the Flaming Lips is a band that has a mission, a secret purpose in this country. Tangerines. A lot of times they're tangerines that speak a different language and they're trying to rape or kidnap. Anyways, though Iraq didn't particularly look or act like a Delwar, this rumor was popular due to the fact that Iraq's favorite and only companion was an ogre. And that's Palmby. Wow. That explains everything. He's a very beautiful person. What the fuck? Other rumor had it that Iraq didn't even come from Ansalon at all, but from somewhere over the sea. Over the sea? Cool. He would probably want my help fixing up the place, honestly. The deep stair thing would be so cool to add that to the DJ table so it goes. I'd be the first club in the world to do that. But I probably should. I don't know what his deal is. It kind of ruined him. His decision that he made with me. It kind of ruined him, honestly. I don't know what to say about that. Because, I mean, I was... Surprise! That's horrible to find that out. And that's why I should have bragged. I should have bragged. I should have told everybody. He didn't even know about the goth scene. He didn't even know about anything. Owen's the one that told him stuff. Can you imagine relying on Owen's mouth? My God. You're like totally lost. You don't know anything. You're totally clueless. And then there's like, what, Devonshire? It's goth. Like, there's like Nazis and stuff in it, part of it. I don't know. I mean, I'm not saying that they're Nazis and stuff. But Nazis that are trying to get other Nazis out and they go, Johnny was! They get paid to do it secretly. That's pretty much what it is. Hitler's dead. And so they just, that's what that's become. Whatever. What would you expect? Are you surprised? No. Who cares? Certainly, he was the meanest looking of his race anyone could remember seeing. Yeah, right. He's like so friendly. He was always so friendly to me. He told me that I could go back to the club as long as I met him at Nickelcade first. But that might mean Polybius, It causes seizures with me, dude. And Kathleen, he doesn't want to do that with me. And, but he just wanted Kathleen. And, she pointed on the nose, to the no side. She pointed to the no side. The jagged scars that crossed his face. Maybe it was somebody at the Fez. She doesn't go to the goth anymore because it spooked her, obviously. And it's to think she has to blame herself for what happened. You know, that's what I tell her ghost. So, I haven't really talked to her about it. I did live with her recently, though, Elizabeth. She was the most beautiful girl in the goth scene, most people thought. And so she was the best in bed, is what, like, Keith Casper said. I haven't slept with her because she said that she likes role play, rape stuff. I was like, oh, I'm scared. What? She asked me to go to her dungeon once. Scared the shit out of me. She was so sexy, though. She had these sexy angel wings and stuff like that. And she was on ecstasy. And I was with my sister, though. So it would have been totally awkward. Anyways. She was beautiful, though. She was with Yoshi when this happened. They had an open relationship. So he synchronizes as Yoshi the dinosaur. That is in Mario, because he was ridden. Is that his way of confessing that he's done the gay direction? I don't know. It's funny. And he actually had horn implants. Anyways. The jagged scars that crossed his face vertically gave him a perpetual scowl. He was not fat. There wasn't a wasted ounce on his frame. He moved with the grace of a feline, and when he stood, planted his feet so firmly that they seemed part of the ground itself. Wherever it came from, Iraq had made Istar his home for so many years now that the subject of his origin rarely came up. He and the ogre, whose name was Rag, she's on the rag. Raw, cared, pride path. Raw food, I get it. It's spelled R-A-A-G. So, R is heading, A is caring, A is cared, and then G is pride path taking. Had come for the games in the old days when the games had been real. If something bad happened somewhere, we'll have the person confess where they were west of garbage, or whatever, and that would make the most sense. And then, whatever, I'm actually trying to design something that would be a proposition to have the juvenile of the future not punish the kids, but basically help them with the addition work on countering everybody that saw them as negative in the past. It'd be revisiting a broken time period and trying to wake people up who are caught thinking west of garbage and stuff like that. And it's found in the word juvenile, but the Nile and mile part is kind of separate because they might want to have to move and then work through layers and stuff like that. So it'd be like fun, and it'd be something you could volunteer to do if you wanted to work. And that's something for anybody to do. Like these people that are bums that need work and help and stuff like that, it'd be something like for them to do. Like they could help it anytime they wanted to. It's just like it builds up the society. They're always working on something. It's called Escher Everywhere too, is a stage of it too. And a couple generations, just by measuring the timing of the artwork done, it might be impossible to lie. for the serious stuff, like violent stuff. That's pretty cool to think about, because art's always gonna win when it comes to like drugs and stuff. They're gonna. Johnny was on that side, you know, it's gonna win. Bill Rat. Anyways, hopefully he doesn't feel stupid, Dean. But if it's out there, he'll find it. He's hunting for them. It's in his name. What a miracle, right? And then Dean, the first part of it is passing along the fresher, and then and then caring about loving or eating and drinking. Wherever he came from, attack had made Istar his home for so many years now that the subject of his origin rarely came up. He and the ogre, whose name was Rag, had come for the games in the old days when the games had been real. So Rag is a male ogre or what? They immediately became great favorites with the crowds. People in Istar still told how Rag and Arak defeated the mighty Minotaur, Darmork. Weird. So Darmork, Carl Martin, Rog was, and Arak. Who's Rog though? I want to see a picture of him. I'm not getting that one. Maybe he'd have to call it out. Maybe I can't remember the person's name. Darmork? More orc. That's funny. What's an orc? Oh, it's somebody that has sex with somebody who's smaller. Cricket? Just kidding. That's funny. As small as a cricket. Wow, that's like crazy. In 3 rounds, people in Istar still told how Rog and Arak defeated the mighty Minotaur. Still told how the mighty Minotaur Darmork in 3 rounds. It started. So he plays video games too. It started when Darmork hurled the dwarf clear out of the arena. Rog, in a berserk fit of anger. So now this is all about video games. Lifted the Minotaur off his feet and, ignoring several terrible stab wounds, impaled him from the huge freedom spire in the center of the ring. Hello. Though neither the dwarf, who survived only by the fact that the cleric had been standing in the street when the dwarf sailed over the arena wall and landed practically at his feet, nor the ogre won his freedom that day, there was no doubt who had been winner of the contest. Indeed, it was many days before anyone reached the golden key on the spire, since it took that long to remove the remains of the Minotaur. Arak related the gruesome details of the light fight. Oh, so it's asking him to find somebody who cares. That's what it is. It's asking Dean to find somebody who cares. I don't know who that person is. Rog. It'd be an ogre. So the word ogre means they're the high, so it'd be, somebody who sells GHB. Asking him to do the right thing and find out who the fuck does it and get them that person far the fuck away. So that you could actually make some real money, dude. Cosplay and stuff like that, people aren't going to want to even go to your thing. He's lost so much money over this. He's lost tons of money. I used to make him money and stuff, but I never really focused on making him money for real. I could have. That would have been a really good idea. That would have been much better than what happened. There'd be so many more people, women and stuff. If I was helping, I mean, Owen doesn't. I mean, he's a gay guy. Like, what the hell? I would have brought women from the colleges and stuff, and it would have been
cleaner. It would have been a lot cleaner and like normal and not rapey. But I mean, I was conservative. Though Rog, in a berserk fit of anger, lifted the Minotaur off his feet, and, ignoring several terrible stab wounds, impaled him upon the huge freedom spire in the center of the ring. Though neither the dwarf, who survived only by the fact that a cleric had been standing in the street when the dwarf sailed over the arena wall, had landed practically at his feet, nor the ogre won his freedom that day. They got locked playing video games all day. What games do they play? Grand Theft Auto? There was no doubt who had been winner of the contest. Indeed, it was many days before anyone reached the golden key on the spire, since it took that long to remove the remains of the Minotaur. Arak related the gruesome details of this fight to his 2 new slaves. "That's how I got this old cracked face of mine," the dwarf said to Caramon as he led the big man and the kender through the streets of Istar. "And that's how me and Rag made our name in the games." Oh, wait a second. I think Rag is a guy who doesn't do GHB. And then I think Darmork, Dad heading more orc, would be the one who may know. May know. Weird. Carl Martin? That's interesting. So now you know why my name's on where the Stargate thing is. I went public with it in 1995. The Addams Family. Da-da-da-da. But I mean, it's not like I'm not like a psychic or anything. It's just remember your dreams and stuff, figure shit out, whatever. But I mean, I'm famous though. But I mean, I don't know. I just made a bunch of discoveries recently, and just everything's trying to save me and trying to make sure that I succeed with coming up with these grants and stuff like that, getting these grants approved. I need some help. I would need to require getting reviews and donation money and stuff like that. This girl has been totally tricked and controlled by Facebook, people using the cool powers of the cool. She doesn't want to be kicked out of this club and everything, but I know that she actually avoided the goth scene since being a child because of coming across me. She would have got into it more if she didn't come across me and what happened. That's actually real. They would have had a lot more people. It happens in a different time period and everything. How gravity works. So, though neither the dwarf, who survived only by the fact that the cleric had been standing in the street where the dwarf sailed over the arena wall and landed practically at his feet, nor the ogre won his freedom that day, there was no doubt who had been winner of the contest. Indeed, it was many days before anyone reached the golden key on the spire, since it took that long to remove the remains of the Minotaur. So, I'm like thinking like a cowboy, going, where's this bartender? Well, what if it was him? Did he have a gun? Would he shoot me? You know what I mean? He was always so nice to me, though. He always like looked at me like with love, like, hey, I like you. You're cool. he was, I thought he, I would surprise me if he was gay, honestly. I didn't know. I thought he was like me. I don't know. I don't really care. But maybe he would have done it to get Cadet. That's how a lot of gay men were. They just felt that they weren't attractive enough or something. That guy was a very attractive guy, though. He knows about the goth scene a lot more now. But it's like coded. It's code and shit. Especially the pink dots. So hopefully Mormon's not gonna do something stupid like buy all his records and then have it sent to the royalty or something like that, and think that's helping somebody because he said permission to leave the temple in some album. Okay, Fizban is the Mormon church president, and he claims all the, whenever I get banned, he gets the blame for it. So Fizban, because I'm Raistlin and evil. This is my villain side. I have to make sure I'm not him, though. You know how it ended. It was a very bad ending. Not really, though. It's a really good ending. You'll find out. Though neither the dwarf, who survived only by the fact that a cleric had been standing in the street where the dwarf sailed over the arena wall, had landed practically at his feet, nor the ogre won his freedom that day. There was no doubt who had been winner of the contest. Indeed, it was money many days before anyone reached the golden key on the spire, since it took that long to remove the remains of the Minotaur. I would suggest guns not being involved. I like MacGyver's way. He's a smart guy. Chess pieces. As long as I'm not forced. And I don't like dealing with the... I believe in change and I believe in addition. People don't even understand the word king anymore. I mean, they believe in it somewhere. But somewhere else, they're sending from their large intestine. And the whale is upset. Iraq related the gruesome details of this fight to his 2 new slaves. So now this would be where Palmby's character, her other character, comes in. Because like me having Tanis, there's also Palmby. So that's how I got this old cracked face of mine, the dwarf said to Caramon as he led the big man and the Kender through the streets of Istar. So the Kender is my gay friend, Jenny Greenteeth, and that who was on heroin. And that's how me and Rag made our name in the games. And she was in the same, she played with people on the same record label as famous goth bands and stuff. She was going to stay with the Cure and stuff like that. Erica Spell knows who that is and stuff. She was a very friendly girl. Silverman just stayed with her friend. They don't really tell me that much. But, what games? Asked Tass, stumbling over his chains and sprawling flat on his face to the great delight of the crowd in the marketplace. I mean, it's too bad. People are always working. It's too bad people didn't have time to do more, you know. I should have been helped more and everything. It's bullshit what's happened to me. I should have kept my Facebook open. I should have told people. I should have
went another direction, but I was focusing on my YouTube stuff, and that's horrible how long it's taken to, but I'm an ambitious person. I got too much on my plate. It sucks because he's become like the Mad Hatter, where I am the White Rabbit who's always, there's no time to say hello, goodbye, I'm late. That's always what I am. I'm always a White Rabbit. Adam's the bomb. There's a Rancid song and stuff about me too. White coat, Cadillac Jack. My dad's favorite car is a Cadillac. That's why the Tori Amos says it's not a classic Cadillac. Me and a gun. Pistol Pete is his foxhole buddy, and a man on my back. And my dad wasn't the guy. I'm not saying that Pistol Pete was. Well, that didn't come out that way, did it? Sorry, Pete. I never met that guy. But yeah, Velvet Revolver, get it? To make sure that she's not raped. My penis is a gun. I'm seriously dangerous. How are you going to get the chains off? No, wait, hold on. Where am I? Okay, so what games? Asked Tass, as stumbling over the chains and sprawling fat on his face. So she's gay, so that's why it's a guy. To the great delight of the crowd in the marketplace. Iraq scowled in irritation. That's Dean. Take those things off him, he ordered the gigantic, yellow-skinned ogre who was acting a guard. I guess you won't run off and leave your friend behind, will you? A dwarf studied Tass intently. No, I didn't think so. They said you had a chance to run away once, and you didn't. Just mind you don't run away on me. Iraq's natural scowl deepened. I have never bought a kender, but I didn't have much choice. They said you two was to be sold together. Just remember that. As far as I'm concerned, you're worthless. Now, what fool question was you asking? Kender. She's on heroin. What? She was right. How are you going to... She's going to steal things. Get well. How are you going to get the chains off? Don't you need a key? Oh. Tass watched in delight, astonishment, as the ogre took the chains in either hand and, with a quick jerk, yanked them apart. So that's my brother. He's very strong. He's not actually a twin, but that saves the life of people by comparing us to twins. Because, I mean, we did stupid stuff as kids. I didn't do anything like going down on him or anything like that. He never touched us. We were actually lucky, though. I'm not going to pretend that we're better than the household that had twin or whatever bacteria west of them, east of them. I meant to say east of them. That's where it matters the most. You don't want bacteria around, period. But the Ghostbusters really is an educational place that teaches people everything I'm explaining. You just watch that and point. How are you going to get the chains off? You need a key. Blah. Oh. Tass watched in delight, astonishment, as the ogre took the chains in either hand and with a screeching. Oh. Yanked them apart. So, if Alex trusts her, and she'll be given a chance, I would agree. She might be off of this stuff. Do you see that, Carmen? Tass asked as the ogre picked him up. So we're getting ready for cosplay of next year, I guess. It's probably not going to happen this year. But it's not going to stop me from going there to perform, though. But fighting the Queen of Darkness isn't going to happen until next year. That would be so cool to do it this year, though. But this story is actually playing out. It's so weird. How the fuck is this possible? The Dune thing already happened when I think about it. But that's not really true. But the riding the worms would be the 16th scented celebration because of the Q. The penis is most interested in that. QQ. Lineup of women. Goddesses. I've like created the best thing for the country to follow right now. I need money. Why the games? Why the games? Iraq snapped in aspiration. Holy shit, cosplay. Money. Yeah, he needs money too. Task glanced up at Caramon, but the big man shrugged and shook his head, frowning. This was obviously something everyone knew about here. Asking too many questions would seem suspicious. Task cast about in his mind, dragging up every memory and every story he had ever heard about the ancient days before the cataclysm. Suddenly he caught his breath. The games, he said to Caramon, forgetting the dwarf was listening. The games of Istar. Don't you remember? Caramon's face grew grim. It's like just playing computers at home on the internet. You mean that's where we're going? Taz turned to the dwarf, his eyes wide. We're going to be gladiators? And fight in the arena? With the crowd watching and all? Oh, Caramon, think of it. The great games of Istar. Why, I've heard stories. Okay, so what happened, let me explain really quick. So, Crysania was determined to help Raistlin become a god. She's agreed to so he needs a cleric of Istar to open the portal to the abyss so that he can fight her where she has a mortal form. In other words, be on the other side and actually go to TwitchCon. Not be a dangerous stalker as Kathleen made me out to be so that I wouldn't be poisoned. Was her real concern. She was responding to everything. And there was probably something like that. So, you mean that's where we're going? Tass turned to the dwarf, his eyes wide. We're going to be gladiators to fight blah blah blah. Okay, so also to say, so what happened is she went to Wayrith, and she LaDonna is there. LaDonna. So Madonna, I haven't talked to so today, actually yesterday was the first time I mentioned that Madonna got a link to it. So she's gonna find out who I am now. So now she's finally looking into who I am, and so it's obvious that she's going to be involved with working on her pre-death funeral and the 16th scented celebration and everything because it's in her name. Madonna, I have a pre-death funeral for her request, and so that's what I do for work. And so that would be why Palm Bee posted on the 7th for the direction of the 16th scented celebration for work as my wife going, honey, we need your fortune now. But damn it, what is she doing? If I was with her, I could have made it already. I would have made it last year. I need sex. I keep wasting time. Going, wow, oh my god, because it hurts. It hurts. It hurts what she's doing. It actually hurts. Because I'll have this romantic dream of her, and then I'll wake up and she's with, the birds will tell me about how she's with somebody else. It pisses me off. We're married and have children in the future. There's a colony of bacteria living inside of me, and it's connected to another body in another time period. Really fucking bullshit what's happening. he'll connect to another body that's actually there. I am there in the future. I'm old. But it doesn't mean I can be careless. It doesn't mean that I can't be poisoned. It doesn't mean that, you know, I won't be sick. It doesn't mean I won't be in pain. I've already been in pain. I'm in pain right now. I need a bed. I should have went with those women that are talking to me. Sorry. I don't like accepting help. I like accepting help. I don't like asking for it. I should have asked for them. Asked them. I got some sleep yesterday, but I'll get a lot more once I get that car. So the car is ready, but it's not exactly ready, but I need it to get some sleep, and then I will, I won't be, I want to get, I have to get everything ready though, so I can make a drive, so I have to have the paperwork ready, and so I have to get pulled over and everything. So I won't be able to drive it when, unless I have all that ready. So that's what I'm going to focus on, just that, so I can go meet with her. I need to contact TwitchCon too. I should have already done that. I'm so sorry. This is just impossible. If she would have contacted me before, it would have been so much easier. But I mean, I don't have sex. It's just fucking horrible. It's just, what I went through is absolutely horrible, and she made it so much worse. And it's because of all these people she's promised. It's what the other people have done to her, and what she's been helping all the wrong people. And I need more help in waking. You know what? I need to just obey what she was doing. She's going, it's embarrassing, but I'll just, get approved by her fucking what is it? Cupid. Sorry. She's Silvara, the silver dragon. So she drinks alcohol? That's cool. That's okay. Enemy Charlie doesn't really? Huh. That's good. That's a bit hotter. Maybe Enemy Charlie should drive. Is that true? I think she drinks too. I think they all drink. Oh my god, why don't they just stop? That's horrible. Dragons. You mean that's where we're going? So Paladine was like a guy of many dragons. Maybe it's like somebody like Trump. That's funny. I hate what people think about the grabbing pussy thing and everything else. Like, I'm thankful the birds and stuff make it impossible for these people to be lying and betraying me. But that's not really true. That's horrible that money could be involved and that exists in the world. But I'm going to take a leap of faith. And I'm going to know that they're going to wake up to the garbage, and what I've done for them is tremendously huge and cool. I need some help. I need financial help. I need somebody to give me a loan. Help me with my launch pad. I know I have been getting this help, so I'm grateful for you. Thank you. And fight in the arena with the crowd watching it all. Oh, Carmen, think of it. The great games of Instar. Oh, you've heard the story. So have I. The big man said slowly, and you can forget it. Okay, so I gotta explain what happened. So, Crysania, she went back in time because Raistlin warped her, because he needed her. He went back in time to have Fisidonolus, which is my dad, open up to be powerful. He needed to be a little bit more powerful to be able to go to the thing. That's so funny. It's explaining I need my dad's help because I don't have enough money to go to this fucking thing. That's so funny. This TwitchCon. So I need Twitch to make money to go to fucking TwitchCon. That's so funny. So I'll let them all know my story, and it's fucking amazing. And hopefully I can be able to go. I've got just a couple days to go. And if I put an ad for their thing next year, we do the thing for Istar or whatever, and so linked the guy the thing today. It's like the most biggest thing in the country right now. It's their biggest opportunity. So hopefully they have enough time. But I know they're preparing for this thing that's in a couple days. I'll do it today. I need to sleep though. Now, once it gets the thing, once the sun comes up, I'm gonna sleep out in the sun again. So the great games of Istar. Why I've heard stories. So have I. So anyways, Carmen and Tass, she didn't want to go with them. My brother and Tasselhoff Bertha, because Tasselhoff actually wants to be Lorana. She wanted to be famous and be Jenny Greenteeth and all this stuff. We played in a band together. She was Jenny Greenteeth. And she was also with they called themselves the Vagina Junkies. There was like an all lesbian band. Vagina Junkies. Oh my god. See? Don't brag yourself with the Kender bullshit. Come on. Get away off of that. It's horrible. They're good bears, I know. It's funny though. I love them. I'll be my friends forever. I love them. Oh my god, don't ever tell anybody things like... But as an adult and being a parent, I do have to think about it like that. Like, maybe they were trying to get me drugs so I get closer and blah, 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 blah. Of course I have to think about it like that. It's so weird to think about that like that, because we were adults. Anyways, open food, eat that. What do you think? Should I do it? So I was told the car was not ready, but was ready. What the fuck? But I think hopefully today it's the ready. The big man said slowly, and you can forget it, dwarf. I've killed men before. I admit it. I admit. You can forget it, dwarf. And so the thought that entered my head there was that to not drink. So having faith in me sharing this and stuff, it seems to really work out how the author actually responds to saying it's safe. It saves us. It helps us. It helps us correct everything that was off. Yoshi's death is horrible. Horrible just possibility, you know. I guess the MI in it is having an autopsy or something like that. I don't know what Elizabeth or his family would think about that, but whatever. Doesn't bring him back. I don't know. That's scary to think about. Definitely don't want people out there doing that though. Justice is the second letter I. Can you imagine if somebody killed somebody in your family? You don't want that out there. Especially if it's to get closer to a beautiful woman. That's very despicable. And it kills the goth scene. It absolutely destroys it. There would have been so many more people if they were, you know, there are things you just don't even know what's going on. There were spies that came out with a fucking rainbow. They came with a rainbow. They came with a rainbow from out of state, and they shut down his establishment for a month because of me. Sorry, dude. I don't know. I was hearing about people getting GHB in their drinks and stuff like that. That was awful. But I'm supposed to be making money. Like, what the fuck? It sucks. I was just pissed off because of what happened. Beth told her to have an abortion while she told her to break up with me while she was pregnant. I was totally out of line. He said this so sternly that Rog, I won't murder for sport. He said, so they're saying, I never enjoyed killing. He's talking about the games. I never enjoyed killing. I can still see their faces sometimes at night. I won't murder for sport. He said this so sternly that Rog glanced questioningly at the dwarf and raised his club slightly. And an eager look on his yellow, warty face. That's so funny. But Arak glared at him and shook his head. I'm gonna ask Mark to help. He would have a lot more help since he works at Facebook looking at everything. Tass was regarding, so he was actually synchronized as Two-Face too. If I was Batman, he'd be Two-Face because of Harvey, Detective being Detective Harvey, and the Harvey thing, the reason it's bad is because you're not supposed to be the character. Whoever the character is, you're not supposed to be the character. If you're in this book, you're not supposed to be the character in the book, and it will save your life, comparing yourself to that character. And it's really important to share this because there's so much crime in this country and everything, and it's a beautiful story, and the author wants it done. Is what I keep, the thoughts that enter my mind is that the author wants it done. And she lived once. Isn't it sad to think that she could be poisoned by some other country going, it has to be a secret because we're trying to win this war? Like, what the hell? Robbing people's minds without their permission to win a war? That's awful. There's phones, Galaxy phones. Who the hell anybody could be on there? You know what I mean? And it's just like, people are going to wake up to this. It's so crazy how it's me. Focused, like everything's focused on me. Like, why is it so focused on me? It's so crazy. He won't turn to the dwarf again. Oh, wait, what did it say? So Tass was regarding Carmen. I need to sit down because I was up all night. It's just like, I'm starting to feel like, so this food right here, that's really stupid to eat it, huh? It was open. It looks so good though. I gave that guy some orange thing. I know there's like a cult following or cults following. My stream, thank you. I gave that guy my orange drink. The one that was a gnome flinger. He was gnome flinged. He could have gone to the hospital. Had some water. I don't like, well, everybody's scared of me. Tass glanced up at Carmen. Oh, wait, where is this? So, pretty cool. So Tass and Carmen went to the Tower of High Sorcery and talked to the conclave of wizards. So those are the people that passed the tests. Means that they have knowledge. They have a bunch of knowledge. They cast spells and stuff like that. They're very powerful, like me. And so they're wizards or whatever, right? And these people. So Parsalian would be the owner of Twitch. So it's warning him to that Flaming Lips warning that people would be trying to kill him because they're mad because of being cut off of, or something like that. There actually are killers out there. So Parsalian, because of Parkinson's, and so of like just weird chemicals or whatever. Like, it's dumb for me to eat something like that. That's out there like that. But I feel fine right now. I don't like doing that. I totally overreacted before doing that. But I mean, the only time I raised my voice with with a girlfriend was when she got a cookie. She had a cookie. And with the other one, it was, I can't remember. Something like that though. And we never fought before. Never went back and forth. Never in my life have I fought with a girl or not in a relationship. Never. That's the truth. I passed a lie detector test. I'll be doing that for the rest of my life. So that's pretty cool that to be able to do that, say that. So the speed of light makes this possible because of our minds are always connecting outside of time. I mean, the people that knew, why tell? But they actually explain it though in the Twilight Zone episodes and Ghostbusters and stuff. Once you wake up to it, you're like, oh. So everybody that comes across this is like, thank you. Holy fucking shit. You'll fight. Why? Because it's the only way to get that collar off your neck. That's why. So, okay. So I want them to go. Fucking A. So the collar. So it's like, come on, Alex, loyal fucking brother, come fight. Come to TwitchCon. I need money. It's not gonna happen without that. And so, Caramon shook his hand stubbornly. I won't kill. It's a huge discovery. I'm gonna share it with the. I might as well share it with the news and try to get Mark, and actually, Twitter would be smarter. Twitter's smarter because they've been looking for something, a way to get off of Mark. You know what I mean? But Mark is smarter because of being able to share secrets about other people. But the thing is you're sending these people stuff to their appendix while you're doing that. So you don't want to be talking behind their back. You know what I mean? That's what I don't do. That's why with Beth, I put it on the wall of everything on 86 myself, because I wouldn't talk bad behind her back. So I made these girls famous cosplayers for the rest of their lives. Where have you been living? At the bottom of the Sirion? Or are they all as dumb as you and Solace? Utah. No one fights to kill in the arena anymore. Eric's eyes grew misty. He rubs them with a sigh. He means no PvP. These days are gone for good. More's the pity. It's all fake. There's no loot. There's no what was it? PvP loot from winning. Like those other games. That's funny. Maybe he knows a little bit from watching me a little bit, or I don't know. Fake? Tass repeated in astonishment. Caramon glowered at the dwarf and said nothing. I can see what she did there. She's helping the games like Darkfall and me. It's weird. How did the author do this? It's so cool. Obviously, not believing a word. People will cry when they discovered their name and how their parents are trying to wake them up to doing pre-death funerals for my website. What doesn't surprise me, people will do it. When they come across my stuff and they look into it and they start following me, they will. Even big muscly men, they'll cry. They will cry from getting all the knowledge and all the help. They will cry. They'll go, holy shit, you made me the richest person. It's the Lincoln's gold. It's the gold rush. It's going on now. Does the president of the Mormon Church know about it yet? There hasn't been a real true fight in the old arena in 10 years, Eric avowed. So let's do this. It all started with the elves. The dwarf spat on the ground. 10 years ago.
She's not pussy. I was just sent. That's good. Yay. She'll save it from me. I was just sent. That's good. By her. The elven clerics curse them to the abyss where they belong. Convince the king priest to put an end to the games. Call him barbaric. Barbaric, ha! The dwarf's scowl twisted into a snarl. Then once more he sighed and shook his head. All the great gladiators left, Eric said wistfully, his eyes looking back to the glorious time. Danark the hobgoblin. That's my friend Dan Orton in my mind right now. Dan, because they put Ark there, so it's like I can't miss him. Danark the hobgoblin, as vicious fighter as you'll ever come across, and old Joseph One-Eye. That's Mark for some reason. Remember him, Rog? The ogre nodded sadly. Claimed he was a knight of Solamnia. I thought that... Well, I don't know. I thought that, what's-his-face? Musk was the fiery companion of Fizban. That was probably Trump, though, huh? I can't say that Trump is paladine, but he does drink, doesn't he? He has a drinking problem. This is so funny. The old Joseph One-Eye, remember him, Cog? Old Joseph One-Eye. So, Joseph claiming trading. Joseph did it? Joseph One-Eye? What the fuck? Claiming that Joseph did, the Mormons did it? He's framing Mormons for some reason. Really? It's going, he has to blame himself for what happens at his work. Remember him, Cog? Is he doing King John? My dad's profile. The ogre nodded sadly. Claimed he was a knight of Solamnia. Interesting. Uh-oh. Old Joseph did. Uh-oh. Always fought in full battle armor. What did I say about them earlier? He didn't do that. He let them do it, though. He let them do it enough that the cowboys were so mad that I took the road Mad Eye Son to get into the club where you need Facebook to get in. So that really didn't help him, Mark. Wow. Because it makes our entire country uglier when people are trying to find people to fuck. In the way that they have. The ways that they have, especially with the internet being able to cut them other people off and stuff. They're just fucking trying to use them for sex. It's bullshit. Trying to turn people into whores so that everybody gets to sleep with somebody. It's disgusting. The beautiful people should be having children. Is how, and that's more on the right side. But honestly, Trump isn't really on the right side all that much. Is he? No. That's kind of what I like about him, though. But I mean, I don't know. I'm pretty upset about what happened to this girl, and I know that she will be too. It comes from her older self. She's really pissed off at what happened to me, and just can't believe that it happened in the way that it did. Like, other people are just constantly going, ooh, a possession. I want what he's looking at, and they can. And they were, and they had money, and they were just doing all this bullshit. It's like, why the hell wouldn't you just do something to help me more? And they're just like, just get out this girl and find somebody else. And that was more true than everything. But I was having dreams about her. So I can't do it. Dreams of our sons. Now. wasn't having a dream for our sons the whole time. At first it was just married, and I was too scared to tell people. Was it married to me, or... And then I figured it out. What an experience, wow! That was so beautiful. It's going to make the richest people feel poor, honestly. They're going to feel poor. They're going to feel stupid and poor, and like, ouch. And they're going to go, oh yeah, well, you know, the truth is different. They're going to feel cool later, though. It's going to catch up to them, and it'll be good. But I'm sorry about how... I didn't know. I'm just finding out, and I'm telling people. It really took me a long time to find all the reasons it should be. I should have told people a lot sooner. And just have faith. Better just telling more people, not being as secret as I was. That's what they're finding out too. They'll all find that out. So, what really messed me up was Screech and people that want sex and trying to create Palm Bee into a whore. That's what really messed me up. You know what I mean? That sucks. And if it's enough to piss off the cowboys in a different time period, the residents of Seattle, it's enough to piss me off too. But, I mean, her husband, of course. Is that too much? Of course. But I mean, I should have got more direct help with, like, money. But he probably thought that I did... I don't know. I'm confused there. Like, where's Trump's involvement? I know Trump had... It's difficult to measure his involvement. It's not something I want to talk about here because I'm trying to get his help. I don't want to go to court either, Mark. An asshole. You really want Mark to drop that more than anything. Trump, that's why Trump couldn't trust me, and he wouldn't trust me, and all that bullshit because of Mark. Mark was messed up everything. Demanding shit, and it was constantly Mark getting paid to do it. So it actually came from those other guys, the Democrats, demanding to win all the time to do that shit. Why do you let that shit ruin you so much? Totally fuck up everybody. You don't need to win. What the hell? Just let the cost cutting happen and then you can fucking do the grant shit. Who cares? Is anything you need? It's really fucking bad. Broken shit everywhere. Who cares? Change it. He has been supporting Trump. Mark, now it's about to help me tremendously. That's good. Everybody, you guys are gonna get along with M&Ms. Don't say that he's a Democrat anymore. Not change things at all. Crazy. That's true. I mean, you can do anything. What the fuck? I'd like it so that we come up with something where you choose where your taxes go, like what, you know, so it's like done in a way that you pay more of it, but it's categorized because it has to go years. You're paying for years later. But I mean, we already have that with stocks, so it's like practice it there. But then, because you want that in place because you don't want people paying for something like Planned Parenthood if they don't support it, or like forced to. So that's where they get mad, and then people won't get mad in the future like that because it'll be like they're done differently, and that's where it's like not really any political party. Whoa, these are good. They're so different from. Why would anybody cook them? It like ruins the life, the health part of it. Raw almonds, holy shit. It's a huge difference. What the fuck? It's weird.
I mean, you can eat the other kind. So drank too much and he didn't have confidence. Probably stuff that only he understands. And you don't want to be in the light. You don't want to be seen. You want to be in the darkness side too. Well, that's exactly where I was. Because I mean, how does anybody wake up to this shit without going through that first? That's like the first stage. That's what sucks. I know Palm Beach is taking Palm Beach a long time. It's taking how long? It's taking a year now for her to get the balls to, I don't know, to finally start telling me that more firmly. But I mean, it would have been real like a year ago. She wanted it ever since then. But I mean, what Facebook did was really horrible. So that I wouldn't be poisoned was a cop out. Really, it was. I'm not criminal. Let them do that. Like school kids bullying people. Shouldn't be allowed to bully like that. That's stupid. I'm just I'm not a dishonest person. I don't like to set people up to fail. I'll break the clock. I'm gonna need it. Wow. That is some good stuff. Okay, so let me keep going. So, Tasselhoff and Carmon were sent back in time, while Crysania, Kitiara, who is the half-sister of the twins, it's like me and my brother's half-twin. You can imagine her as like, you can say she's from Vietnam. My dad had a child, one of the whores, and she's like evil, and she might betray me, or she might be on my side, I don't know, but she's potentially trying to kill Palm Beach. And so it's like, but it's not really her, and that's totally bullshit, right? But I mean, that's crazy to think about, because I mean, they did that to my dad. Even if that's not true, they would have done that for the opportunity, potentially. I wish I had something to clean that shit off the sign. Just do it. I really have been the kind of person that does that. I'm cleaning out my country. That's really good. And cunt try. It's just awful. They don't try, they do. And I taught them too much. Why would they not help me more with the Palm Beach girl? Because she just had it right, and she was doing exactly what I wanted her to, hopefully. That's hopefully what it was. But I know that's not true, right? The only thing is I definitely weird. Wow, incredible. Absolutely incredible. That girl's pretty. I'll be grateful. My first kiss is amazing to think about. Where did this happen in the story? Look at the story, though. I'm gonna give you a story. But I didn't think about what it was, though. I'm gonna get to that part. She needs money now. She was playing video games and she was too lazy. She needs to confess something, probably. She lied. Somebody, maybe. I don't know. She lied to me. She's not really married to me. No. What is she? Enemy Charlie's. Enemy Charlie made me do this. I want to kill myself. Crazy. Sorry. I'm just measuring what's entering my body. That's what I'm doing. It's not necessarily coming from her. But I kind of proved that it did. Using dice. That was romantic. Just let her win. Just let her do it. I understand that you guys are in a relationship. You're supposed to be gay or whatever. Maybe you're hurt by men before. Well, I was different. I'd say myself too. I've had hardly anyone. Arthur. Now I have for the reason. A romantic experience. There was a reason before though. We weren't Chinese enough. Our country was damn so bad. The Chinese people though, they have that holiday. Of course, somebody needed to create a holiday for it. Somebody found out and did it. Why were too scared to tell people? Marrying strangers. That's absolutely beautiful. Because if you find it, you find it. I wouldn't have wanted to marry a stranger. What the fuck? That's crazy. What are you supposed to do is fight my sons? That's why your name's Chain. I'm not chained to that kid, but what kind of father would that be? That's awful. I'm a good dad. I know how to make him feel beautiful. I know how he would look good. I know my dad does it to me. Damn, I like my other body, my previous body. I'm not as beautiful as my dad. It's just fact. It's fact. I don't care. It doesn't mean I have to have the most beautiful person in the world. I got those two other sons too. So I guess Lido, the luckiest in that way, would be the one most likely, would be in his mind the ugliest. Huh. Interesting. No surprise. So wheels on fire, rolling down the road. Because I put everything negative to counter into this extension of Halloween, because everybody else. I just did the work at the top. Work. Everybody else were sitting for other kinds of bacteria and not waking up to it. Crazy. They didn't face, they didn't have the goal to be forgiven like I did. Well, I lived once, and then was creating it for other people in a way that humans, in that way, while being okay with being human. That's where it is right there, because vegan can be too hateful to people. They definitely were. It actually kills them. Vegans do on accident. They've supported the birds too much. That's real. Really dangerous. What the fuck? Okay. Oh, I gotta press this button for this to charge, huh? Oh, I didn't do that. Damn, that whole time. I think this store opened up again, huh? Oh, cool. It's morning. Okay. Well, this has been going on all night. Wow. So I gotta finish this. I'm so sorry. But, okay, so... Alex, my brother. Alex and Tasselhoff. So Crysania didn't want to be with him anyways. So I got to her first. That makes sense. So we should just meet now. Wow. That's so cool. And so the kiss and stuff, the reason we'll understand when we get there in the book. It doesn't mess up anything. You don't want to follow the story because our life is always going to be better. You got to understand. Our life is going to be better. She didn't know how good it is to be around me. That really sucks. She didn't know how much cooler I was on Facebook. That's horrible. She deserves to know. Or actually, she did know. And she was just waiting for me to go through the things that everybody else wanted to do. And she's like, you'll be embarrassed, but... and she was doing it for all these other people. But that's what I wanted to stop doing, though. Those people... I don't want her to get away from those people. I'm just saying she should have contacted me. And, like... because they were trying to get her to... get me to accept more than one. But I don't know. It's not like something I'm gonna talk about now. But I got the 16th Census celebration to earn my thing every year. You know what I mean? If I can't do it, I can't do it. But it's not like somebody as powerful and everything as me. I mean, of course, it's just I don't know. I'm not gonna say I know what I want, and I'll be fine, I'll just sleep with somebody else, because I mean, that's not really true. I don't want sex. It's love. I want love. Love is more important to me than sex. You know what that means? Working on surrounding the person for the grouping. And grouping, and grouping how with other people. That's what love is. It's not sex. Sex is marking somebody. It's like bad. It's like stupid. You get less of it in the long run. Like it's such a better experience to have the love. That's why I didn't call it sex when I had sex with people. I didn't like to call it sex. I like to call it love. They had sex with me though. They used me like an object. I was used too. That was definitely real. Oh well. Girl that took my virginity, there's a movie made about her. Valerie Effect. Mallory Effect. Her name's Valerie. I wasn't supposed to say her name. I'm sorry, I fucked up. She was different, definitely. Amazing. In bed. But she knew how like a boy. But you don't get that from sleeping around with people. That's a horrible song. Awful. However, the spell made it. That's what Boo Boo was doing. She flinging around the rat. She was open. If somebody was nice to her, she would open up. Why was she like that? I would never want to be like that. And so they were trying to make Palm be like that. And that's what pissed off the cowboys, made them in the streets. Because there'll be uglier people in the world. They'll always make the world uglier. So let's make the world more beautiful. It doesn't mean me having more than one wife. Even though I'm a beautiful person, I have to become those people. I'm not going to come more than one person. Sorry. I don't think that enemy Charlie meant to do that. We'll protect her subconscious mind, the privacy. Everybody messes up. You'll see. You'll see when you get up here. You look down and you go, oops. You'll become wiser. It's called wiser. You're a wise guy. Wiser. So being wise. Anyways, let me keep going. We didn't have nowhere to go, you see. And besides, I had a kind of feeling that the games weren't over, not yet. Hell yeah, she hooked me up, so I can go there tomorrow because Mark is old Joseph One Eye. You can find out at that company who's doing what. Attack, Iraq, and Rog staying in the Istar, keeping their quarters inside the deserted arena. They became, as it were, unofficial caretakers. Passers-by saw them there daily, Rog lumbering among the stands, sweeping the aisles with a crude broom, or just sitting, staring down dully into the arena where Iraq worked, the dwarf lovingly tending the machines in the death pits, keeping them oiled and running. Those who saw the dwarf sometimes noticed a strange smile on the bearded, broken-nosed face. So, right there it was being sent to Dean Hunter. I went 5 years without ejaculating when Palmby was getting into sex. So please understand. Polybius. Kathleen pointed at that. It was on the nose side. It's on the album cover of the Green Man Chronicles. It's pretty beautiful. I lost her, my friend. Those face, those eyes. I lost her. I lost her because I'm gonna cue her to somebody else. I'm not gonna keep that. Spread shit around. It's dangerous. We're linked to people in a different time period always. That's how it's making this possible. That's how you're witnessing this. It's much better to be like that. It's smarter. It's just better. You get more famous and powerful. Don't do it for the fame though. Do it to save people. And careful of being careless. The games, but don't use that as an excuse to be more important than other people. Or win something and, do a job that you already had, make it better. Iraq was right. The games hadn't been banned many months before the clerics began noticing that their peaceful city wasn't so peaceful anymore. Because people, they all deserve to have it, this experience. It exists in their lives somewhere. So I'm teaching it in the Coven of Logic if you want to go there. So fights broke out in bars. Oh yeah, so anyways, Carmen and Tasselhoff. So Carmen went to the Coven in the Forest of Wayreth, so he got high, and then the leader of the thing sent him back to me. He got high? What the hell? Did coke or meth or something? And then they sent him to me. So they sent him to me. Oh, they contacted him or something? Parsi or Mark did? Interesting. And then, or he was on the games. He was just playing games. Weird. Maybe that's what he was doing. He wanted to be left alone. So, anyways. That is so funny. It's so funny. It's hilarious. But, okay. Fights broke out in bars and taverns with alarming frequency. Oh, this is warning us. There are brawls in the streets, and once, even full-scale riot. There were reports that the games had gone underground, literally, and now, and that's like, maybe be careful with who you share it with still, when it's just the certain things. And we're now being held in caves outside of town. I mean, internet security is a thing, and that's the thing you have to deal with. The discovery of self-mauled and mutilated bodies appeared to bear this out. Finally, in desperation, a group of human and elf lords sent a delegation to the king priest to request that the games can be started again. Don't do that blocking me bullshit, though. But just, just as a volcano must erupt to let the steam and poisonous vapors escape from the ground, said one elf lord, so it seems that humans in particular use the games as an outlet for their baser emotions. While this speech certainly did nothing to endear the elf lord to his human counterparts, they were forced to admit there were some justifications to it. At first, the Klingon wouldn't hear of it. He had always abhorred the brutal contest. I mean, if somebody like Mark, or somebody that powerful with an app or company that big that other countries rely on, like, if you are doing something that the public should know about, especially if it's political, for political gain or something like that, you should confess where the garbage did it to you, because you know where it was, where you made the mistake. Life was a sacred gift of the gods, not something to be taken away just to provide pleasure to a bloodthirsty crowd. And that's saying don't treat people like objects. And then it was me gave them their answer. Eric said smugly, "They weren't going to let me in their fine and fancy temple." The dwarf grinned. "But no one keeps Rag out of whatever he's a mind to go. So they hadn't much choice. Start the games again, I told them, and they looked down at their long noses at me. But there needn't be no killing, I says. No real killing, that is. Now listen me out. Let me know what bothers you." I guess I've embarrassed everybody because they've embarrassed themselves. Because they're like, "Oh my God, I wish I knew about what you did. I wish I was having the experience you had. You made millionaires feel poor." You've seen the street actors do huma, ain't you? You've seen the knight fall to the ground, bleeding and moaning and flipping or flopping around. Yet 5 minutes later, he's up and drinking ale at the tavern down the block. I'm done a bit of street work in my time, and well, watch this. Come here, Rag. Rag came over, a big grin on his ugly yellow face. "Give me your sword, Rag, I orders." Then, before they could say a word, I plunged the sword in Rag's gut. You should have seen him. Blood all over, running down my hands, splurting from his mouth. He gave a great bellow and fell to the floor, twitching and groaning. This is suggesting that Dean finds somebody to help him. You should have heard them all. You should have heard them yell, the dwarf said gleefully, shaking his head over the memory. I thought we was gonna have to pick them elf lords up off the floor. So, before they could call the guards over to haul them away, I kicked old Rog here. So, Troy Harris. may have drugged me with GHB. That hurt. Proved me wrong. But I mean, I woke up sobbing uncontrollably. I felt like that was absolutely horrible what happened. I mean, I have drank 7 shots of gin, just like he put something in my drink to have sex with my girl, probably on top of me while I was asleep, while I was knocked out. It's absolutely horrible. But I mean, in the morning, I felt like so sick, like I was dehydrated, like there was something, you know. It was absolutely. I woke up feeling sick, like I was just absolutely. It was scary. He just gave me one drink, you know, and yeah, that was fucking scary. I kicked old Rag here. So, I mean, what the hell, man? That was bullshit. So, I mean, hopefully Kathleen wakes up to that. She went through that. That's why, that's actually what happened. And that's what Facebook helped to a scary degree for a woman that was attractive. That's what Mark really did that was dumb. Just because she was an attractive woman. Just believing that. Or whatever. That sucks. I understand that. But damn. Most people would have made the same mistake, probably. Damn. I wouldn't have saw that coming either. She was so punished by that. It's so sad. What the fuck? What an asshole. That's seriously a problem. Drinking is a problem. Just, yeah. Was she drinking when I saw her at the Sky Bar? I hope not. She's been gaining weight, so she's probably just getting out the last of it. But together we could get off it both, because I'm on Suboxone. That's gonna hurt to get off. It'll be like suffering. It'll be like I'm being tortured. Once I was waiting for my next girlfriend. Once I'm with somebody, I'm gonna get off it and have to go again. You can get up now, Rob, I says. And so I don't want to accuse somebody of doing something he hasn't done. But I mean, that's a pretty serious thing to drug somebody like that. You know what I mean? It's really dumb to do. Especially when somebody dies. And just, my God, all that shit gets me blown out of proportion. And a famous person comes around and then somebody, you know, wants to, it could be dangerously respected. So be careful of that there. Now that you're becoming like famous people. Famous people don't kill anybody with your fame. And Troy Harris is a good example of that. So ha ha ha, laugh it off, right? But he still did what he did. It's disgusting. Definitely illegal, you know? That's fucking awful. Remarkable. How is it done? This could be the answer. I mean, you couldn't really wait or couldn't do another way. It's just fucking so fucking disgusting. It really pisses me off. Eric shrugged. You'll learn. A lot of chicken blood. A sword with a blade that collapses down into the handle. It's simple. That's what I told him. Plus, it's easy to teach gladiators how to act like they're hurt. Even a dummy like old Rag here. Tass glanced at the ogre apprehensively, but Rag was only grinning fondly at the dwarf. You know what? I want to go work. I don't want to keep reading this. Oh, yeah, I can, because it's on the next page. Tass glanced at the dwarf apprehensively, but Rag was only grinning fondly at the dwarf. So what happened basically was my brother and Tasselhoff, my friend, were warped back in time. So it's before I slept with Palmby. Because a cataclysm happening is me sleeping with, or not sleeping with Palm B, but marrying Palm B, maybe. Because the world changes. Everything changes once you get married. That's fucking funny. It changes everything. Oh my god. I never even thought about that. That's what it is? Oh, thank you. That's a tremendous gift to give us. Wow. I'm so thankful. I just said that at 3:11. That means remember the hand. The 11 is the hand is handing. I mean, there's KKK in that, but I'm just saying there are other uses for it too that people use it for. I'm not like a part of anything. I'm just a person. I need more help. But anyways, most of them beefed up their fights anyway to make it look good for the goals audience. I should say, well, the king priest, he went for it, and the dwarf drew himself up proudly. That'd be cool to get all dressed up and do this. He even made me master. You just want to make sure that you're not your characters. Whoever it is that you are, you're just supposed to make sure you're not your character, because the person's going to be worse than you are. And it like calls you out on your shit too. It's so funny. What a miracle. I can't believe that's possible. It's so fucking cool. Speed of light's a miracle. That's so... Wow. Dritz too? Wow. Harry Potter too? What the hell? How come it's always me though? Because of the tweeting 20s and the pre-death funerals? Because I need help that bad. It's crazy. Well, just stop giving it to me. Just give me some help then, so it stops coming to just me. Or it's just I had that mind, or I don't know. I don't get it. It's because of the whale thing. I'm the only trustworthy person, really smart enough. The only one who didn't kill himself. There, bingo, right there. Ah, sure. Because nobody else wants to live like their thoughts are naked all the time. I get it. I analyze my thoughts. We've never made no big secret of it, and now it's the most popular sport on Kryn. I mean, it made me so much smarter. Schizophrenia or whatever. I don't have schizophrenia anymore, but what is that? You know, what is that? Where does it come from? I figured it out. The whole fucking thing. It made me so much smarter. Oh my God, it just makes somebody smarter if you just go that way. I don't know how to make it smarter. So people shouldn't be getting drugged when they get on it. That's the dumb route. It should be the smart route, not the dumb route. It should be making people smarter. That's so often what they do. I need to get a grant. Let's do this. Vote grant and stuff. It's real. That's what I need to do now. It's definitely real. I know Trump will support me because he won. I need to do it now. I'm very grateful for that. So wherever he's coming to, that's going to be cool. He's not going to get shot at. I'm so glad I was able to do that. When I found out he was shot, I didn't know if he was killed or whatever, and so I timed things, and so it's really weird. I timed things so that he'd have the best chances of being there. I do that for everybody. Why is that always being sent to me? People want him dead constantly. It sucks. In other countries and stuff, it's horrible. I don't know exactly what he did to make you feel that way, but wow. Tell me why you're bothered. A few children, if it's, you know, something following me. A few children stood around the outside, hoping for a glimpse of one of their stories. I mean, with every person that, I shared what somebody did to me, that was absolutely horrible. When I said that guy's name and everything. So I mean, there's something, but I mean, it's not. I don't want this person totally. I don't want people to absolutely destroy this person because of what he did to me. You know, and that's what Facebook needs to fix, needs to change. It's like, it's just too much. It's too much. He doesn't deserve to lose all of his friends and everything. I don't care how famous I am. People make mistakes, you know. Snarling at them. Eric, maybe what if it was just alcohol? He said, yeah, right, dude. I'm sorry, I've drank 7 shots of gin in Portland without it barely even affecting me. But I mean, when I had that night, I had some beer at the club, and then we went home, and when I was with Kathleen, she was in a bad mood. She didn't want to do it, obviously, but she did. It's just obvious what happened. Fucking asshole. Snarling at them. Iraq mentioned to Rag to open the massive wooden doors. You mean no one gets killed? Caramon persisted, staring somberly at the arena with its bloody paintings. The dwarf looked oddly at Caramon. Tass saw. Iraq's expression was suddenly cruel and calculating, and his dark, tangled eyebrows creased over his small eyes. Caramon didn't notice he was still inspecting the wall paintings. Tass made a sound, and Caramon suddenly glanced around at the dwarf. But at the time, Eric's expression had changed. No one, the dwarf said with a grin, patted Caramon's big arm. No one. No one gets killed. No one. Especially me, son of a bitch. Anyways, I need your help, or it will happen. I need more help, because like every day that goes by, what if something happens? Because like my gift was so tremendous. What if I found out something? You know, what if I couldn't? What if my health failed before I had all my children? I want to have like 6. I used to say I wanted 12. That's because I'm gonna have a sham marriage. I figured it out because it's like one of them's gonna be a fake one on a movie. That's so funny because of acting. That goes back to. That's weird. It's gonna be like we're not gonna be speaking to. It's. How I'm gonna do my movies. They don't really speak. They don't really talk. So now it's chapter 6. So I caught you up. I read a very short segment, but I explained everything. Wow, something you could just start throwing there if you wanted. That's fucking crazy. What the hell? Incredible. I mean, you're not me, so I'll just, I'll share it on my thing. That's amazing. So I have a new Facebook. So how I'm going to do this is I'm going to get Margaret Weis' attention on Facebook, and then I'll get everybody's attention on here, and we'll do it, and I'll get everybody's attention, and then I'll just start inviting everybody there, and then we'll look into this and do that, okay? And so I want to. I believe that somebody has been trying to take my life. Like steal everything that I made and just like replace me. So I mean that's really messed up. So Mark, it's your Facebook. You've been blamed for it obviously because the answers lie on there. So I appreciate you figure it out. That's obviously it's going to start with your name, Zuckerberg. I don't know what else to say, man. Everybody's name responded to me. We lived once. I need your help. I'm in San Francisco right now. I need to go to this thing. If you're not helping me, it's gonna make you look really bad, so you deserve to know. Anyways, I'm gonna stop it here because I'm really tired. I'm gonna go on my computer because the store just opened and I wanna have my oatmeal. So I'll turn it on again in a little bit. Thank you, and I'll be reading more. When I read these, I put them on Adamark Gaming, which is YouTube.com. And so the One True King thing, I have no idea what that is about or whatever. I'll contact them more and find out what that is about. But I mean, if it's about going around having sex because of my discoveries, I don't want to be involved in that. That really pisses me off what happened. That's, I don't know. Sorry. I understand the excitement because of witnessing what the women were willing to do for me.